Hi guys, my name is Candace and I'm going to tell you guys my 15 and pregnant story. I'm currently pregnant right now. I'm 4 months and 2 days today. And, excuse me, I actually got pregnant when I was 14. It was a couple weeks before my 15th birthday. And, it's really crazy. So, on it was in mid-July when I found out, and so I hadn't got my period. Excuse me. Most of July, so I was starting to get worried because the date when I was supposed to get my period, it passed and I didn't get my period. But I didn't worry, and my mom noticed, but I just told her that it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Or I said, oh, I have cramps, or I'm starting to feel something. And so, a couple days later, in July, I planned to hang out with the baby's father, and that morning, I was getting ready, and I did not feel well at all. So we didn't end up hanging out till later in the day, but I did not feel well at all. I had stomach pains. I was like throwing up, red, yellow and green bile. It was just, I was a mess. So, I told the baby's father that I didn't feel well and I was throwing up. And so he was like, it's okay, I'll take care of you, this and that and the other. So we still ended up hanging out because he was like, you're gonna be okay. And so while I was hanging out with him and his family, while we were out, I ended up throwing up some more. So then I ended up going home. We spent a little more time together, but then I ended up going home because I just didn't feel well. And I didn't tell my mom because she would have made me stay home that day. But I ended up telling her the next day. And I told her that I threw up, and I told her that I didn't tell her the day before because I didn't want her to make me stay home. And she was just telling me how, oh, see, you get yourself into these situations, you could have been better by now, and all that. So I was like, yeah. So then we ended up, it was, I think the next day, it was Sunday, and I still didn't feel good. So after church, we went to the emergency room, but they said it was gonna be a while, and I didn't feel like waiting. I just wanted to lay down because my stomach was hurting really bad. So we went home, and she ended up calling my doctor, and I went to my actual hospital, and the next day she made the appointment for the next day, so I went the next day, and it was in the pediatric care. And so, if you know, the routine is you have to go in the bathroom and then you pee in a cup. So I did that, and then I went to go wait in the room, and my mom wasn't in there because they basically told her that that she couldn't be in there for privacy issues, but they let her in a minute. So the doctor came in, and she asked me, did I have any concerns, because she read all my symptoms. And I said to her, my mom didn't know, but I said to her that I'm scared I might be pregnant. And then that's when she told me, yeah, you are pregnant. And when she had told me, I like was in shock, couldn't say anything. She's like, it popped up immediately on this screen. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, um, she left. She told me, before she left, she told me that she wouldn't be dealing with me anymore. I would go down to the OBGYN, the pregnancy doctor. So she left out of the room to go get me my appointment cards. And so she asked, did I want to let my mom know? And I said, no. And then that's when she left to get the appointment cards. So while she left, that's when I immediately called. Well, he was my boyfriend at the time. So I immediately called my boyfriend at the time, and he was like panicking. He was scared. He's like, "Are you serious?" Like, he was. Oh my gosh. I like literally started crying. Then I had to wipe my tears because the doctor had came back, and I hung up. So I was like, we'll figure something out. So I had got out of the doctor's office, and they never called my mom in the room. So when I went out, my mom was like, what happened? Because they never called me in the room. I said, oh, you're supposed to come in the room. And then she said no. So she said she didn't. So I said, oh, I know. So then we ended up going in the back again, and she basically had the doctor tell her what happened and what was going on with me. And the doctor knew that I didn't want to let her know. So the doctor was just like, oh, I am dehydrated. I was dehydrated. So the doctor was like, she is dehydrated, so she needs water and stuff. And yeah, just take care of her and this and that and the other. And she's like, so go down to family medicine and stuff. And all this other stuff. I don't even remember. It was months ago. So then we went down to family medicine, and the ladies at the counter were keeping it from my mom also because it's a privacy issue. And so the lady, one of the clerks, pulled me to the back, and she said, asked me, did my mom know? And I said no. And so she asked me what I was gonna do, what I wanted to do. She started telling me about abortion, adoption, or keeping it. She was telling me that all of those are like huge choices and big responsibilities and stuff. So then I went back out, and so I guess I gave them the uh, appointment cards the doctor had given me. And so I guess I said I need to go to OBGYN. And so, oh no. Okay. So when the lady had pulled me to the back, she was basically either saying, because I said at the time I didn't want to keep it, so she was like, okay, well, abortion or adoption. So she called somebody else from the OBGYN, and they took me by myself to this other room. And basically, the lady that was talking to me, she was saying a lot. She's basically just talking about abortion and about Planned Parenthood. And I was like, okay. And so she was like, you can make an appointment. I don't know if you have a ride or know how to get there, but you can take buses and stuff and taxis. Like, okay. And then after that, after our conversation, we just left, and she said she hopes everything goes well for me. So then, I ended up going back to my mom, and then we ended up just leaving the place. And so, we got in the car. I was just like really devastated. I was just quiet. So as we're driving off, she's like, what happened? And she had already known what happened because I guess the lady at the desk had told her I had my babies young too, so that just kind of gave it away. So she was like, is there anything you want to talk about? And I was just like, no. So we ended up actually going by my grandma's house, and we're gonna go home. I just wanted to lay down. We ended up going by my grandma's house, and before we get to my grandma's house, my mom had um, told me that she knew that I was pregnant, and I just started crying. I was like bawling my eyes out, like I couldn't talk. I was just crying, and so my grandma came out and she asked what was wrong, and my mom was like, she's having a baby. And my grandma just told me to give her a hug, and I was just so emotional. I was so sad. It was like so devastating to me. Like, I'm pregnant at 14. Like, I never thought I would be pregnant at 14. So then my aunt came out and she asked what was wrong because I was crying. My grandma was trying to comfort me, and my mom told my aunt, she's having a baby, and I was just overwhelmed. So my aunt just told me to come in the house, and so I came in the house, and I just couldn't stop crying. And my older cousin, was in his room. He didn't know what was going on yet. So we went in my aunt's room and we just talked about it. And my family is totally against abortions, so they really didn't talk about it. They just talked about keeping it. So they were saying everything's gonna be okay. They're gonna help me. I'm gonna get through this. And I'm like, I really don't want the baby, but I didn't tell them at the time. And so, it was just, that day was so stressful. They asked me, did I already tell the baby's father? And I said, yeah, I did. And it was really just out of control that day. So the next day I came and I was talking to the baby's father, and he was still my boyfriend. So I was talking to him, and he was like, what are we gonna do? And he was basically saying, we just have to do we have to get an abortion. I was like, I know. And it's like, I'm against abortions, but it's like so different when you get in a situation. I can tell someone all day, I'm getting an abortion, don't get an abortion, it's not right, please just, give your baby a chance. But then when you're in a situation, it's totally different. So I was like, okay, I'm getting an abortion. So at that time, it was really crazy for the past few weeks. Those couple weeks were so crazy because his family wanted abortion. It was pushing abortion, and my family was pushing life. And I'm here caught in the middle, and so it was crazy. He would just talk to me about abortion, and he would be like, well, once you get an abortion, everything will be okay, and we just go back to our normal lives and everything. I just got into this new school with him, and I was looking forward to going to homecoming, which is actually this Saturday, and I can't go, but I was just looking forward to this new year with him. So I finally got in the school that I wanted to with him. It was just heartbreaking, all of this. So, basically, our family disputed for weeks about abortion or not abortion. My family tried to talk to me as long as they could about life, and I know what God wants, and God doesn't like this and that. So, then after during that time, I did make, for about 2 months, I did make abortion appointments, but somehow every time I made an appointment for the abortion place, then I would always end up at my dad's house in Sacramento. So I kind of thought that I was being set up, but I guess it's just the way things were. So, oh, sorry, I don't feel well. So you have to excuse me. But, yeah, so I ended up at my dad's house a lot of the time when the abortion appointments were being made. So, I actually just got back from my dad's house like a month ago because I made another appointment to go to the abortion place, and the baby's father and his grandparents were gonna take me, but ended up getting left in Sacramento the night before the appointment day, so I didn't go. It was really hectic. My family and his family were feuding. They were telling me how I'm gonna be a low life, and if I keep the baby, they're not gonna be there, and we need to finish school. Just basically saying, I'm not gonna be there. The grandpa was saying that he's not gonna let the baby's father be a part of the baby's life or anything. So I was just really overwhelmed because the baby's father, he's actually my first love. He's my first everything, boyfriend, like all of that. So he's my first everything. So it really just broke my heart. We have a baby together, and if grandpa is saying you can't, be in the baby's life. So it was a really hard time for me. My anxiety was like going through the roof. I was crying day and night. It was just like really, really sad. So, I guess my mom was just saying just to give them space and they'll come around. So I did give them space, but I couldn't stay away. So I would always message him now and then. And so, well, during that time, it was just really sad for me because I was like, my life is gonna go downhill. Like, I wasn't prepared for this. Like, I should have gotten birth control, but I was too scared to ask my parents. It was just really crazy. So, I actually found out from my doctor that I was anemic, so I couldn't get an abortion. Even if I wanted to, the abortion place would turn me away. So I basically was just like, okay, well, it looks like I have to deal with it and, deal with everything. So I let the baby's father know, and he was like really just disappointed. I guess we feel like, till this day, we feel like we should have made better decisions. But yeah, so I had to end up keeping the baby. But we today, as of today, we actually are on good terms, and he loves the baby and he wants the baby, and I want the baby too. But his grandparents are like, they don't. I don't know. I'm just gonna give them time. I pray about it that God will just change their hearts and let him come into the baby's life, and they'll be a part of the baby's life as well. And so, yeah, so this day, we're on, right now, we're on good terms, really good terms. He loves the baby, he wants the baby. I love my baby. I do. I really love my baby, and I want my baby. And, it kind of just felt bad for thinking that I ever wanted to kill my baby. I really want a boy, and I hope I get a boy. I found out in 14 weeks. Find out in a couple weeks, 5 weeks, what I'm gonna have. So yeah, I'm really excited. So, you know, I hope everything works out for the best with me. And I'll show you guys what my stomach looks like at the end of this video. But yeah, it was just a really crazy hectic time. You know, summer of 2015 was crazy. My baby will actually be born March 16th, 2016, and that's actually what, like a couple weeks before his dad or her dad was born. The baby's father was born on March 30th, so I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I just hope everything works out because this has just been a stressful time and I just need peace, a lot of peace during this time. But yeah, so if any of you guys, I'm sorry for the video quality. Also, I'm sorry for how I sound, how I look in more videos. I promise I'll look better, or I'll try to. I just didn't feel well today. But yeah, so if any of you guys have questions for me, or you know, comments, leave because of the negativity to yourselves, all that away from me. I just want positivity, positiveness, and positive vibes. So if you guys have questions, comments, just leave them in the comment box below, and I will answer them in a video. And yeah, so here, so I'm gonna show you guys my stomach. I'm still kind of small. Yeah, I'm still small, so it's not as it still drains me a lot, so I really just, you know, yeah, but I'll get bigger. Yeah, I eat constantly, non-stop. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll update as my pregnancy goes on. I'm only 4 months right now, so I have 5 more months of updates and videos and different emotions and everything. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and subscribe. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, just leave everything below. Please like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching, guys.